Okay, we're back for quiz 43. Just to give it a couple of scores from last week. Very tight at the top. Some good scores coming in last week. Is there some people's fairly improving? Must be practicing. Here's some of the scores. Carlin and Brian coming in with a 20. Josie and Bill coming in with a 27. Steve and Rita had a 28. Jean and Davey was up there with 29. Good score. But John and Dawn had a 30, which was that's their best. John and Dawn, they're improving rapidly here. And that was a tie because Billy and Margaret had a 32. So it was two joint winners this week. Billy and Margaret, John and Dawn. The first time they've topped the charts here. So we're going to start off in round one. So I'll try and keep the scores up in the high 20s for this week. Some tough ones, but some regular ones. Okay, number one. What part did Michael Jackson play in the film The Wiz? Which part did Michael Jackson play in the film The Wiz? Number two. Which David presented Jukebox Jury? Which David presented Jukebox Jury? Number three. Who was a male star of the film Zorba the Greek? Who was the male star of the film Zorba the Greek? And number four. In which county is Stansted Airport in? Not the country now, the county. Which county is Stansted Airport in? Day outside. And number five. In which city would you find La Scala Opera House? In which city would you find La Scala Opera House? And number six. What are the counties Essex, Suffolk, Norfolk, and Cambridgeshire collectively known as? What are the counties Essex, Suffolk, Norfolk, and Cambridgeshire collectively known as? Number seven. Which Coronation Street supermarket did Reg Holdsworth and Curly Watts run? Okay, which Coronation Street supermarket did Reg Holdsworth and Curly Watts run? Remember them two came to Leicester. He came in a big pink Cadillac, a Rolls Royce, and Reg Holdsworth in a Beverly colour. They came, she done aerobics and he was just walking around. It was good. That was a few years ago. Right, number eight. Who began presenting This Is Your Life in 1987? Who began presenting This Is Your Life in 1987? Right, that's your first eight. I'm going to put the answers down. If you want to go over some of them, I'm going to give you the answers, and then we're going to go on to everybody's favourite, the music round, except Billy's. Right. Answers to round one. What part did Michael Jackson play in the film The Wiz? The Scarecrow. And which David presented Jukebox Jury? David Jacobs. And who was the star of Zorba the Greek? Anthony Quinn. In which county is Stansted Airport? It's in Essex. In which city is the Scala Opera House? Milan. And what are the counties Essex, Suffolk, Norfolk, and Cambridgeshire collectively known as? East Anglia. And which Coronation supermarket did Reg Holdsworth and Curly Watts run? It was Barraby's. And who began presenting This Is Your Life in 1987? Michael Aspel. Put all them scores, put them scores down. And then we're going to go on to a music round. I know Stevie likes this music round. Right. Wee tricky one. A couple of wee tricky ones here. So look. Who was number one on Christmas in 1984? And also at number two? Who was on the Christmas number 1 in 1984 and also had the Christmas number 2? Number 2, who had a 70s number 1 hit with Oh Boy? Who had a 70s number 1 hit with Oh Boy? Number 3, which Gary Glitter song was in parts 1 and 2? Which Gary Glitter song came in parts 1 and part 2? Part 1 and part 2. Number 4, in which song intro did the singer talk to each band member before saying, "Alright fellas, let's go"? Okay, in which song intro did the singer talk to each band member before saying, "Alright fellas, let's go"? And number 5, the Four Tops had only one number 1 hit, British number 1 hit. What was it? Okay, the Four Tops had only one British number 1 hit. What was it? Number 6, who, according to Jimmy Ruffin, had love that has now departed? Who, according to Jimmy Ruffin, had love that has now departed? Number 7, what was Diana Ross's first British number 1 hit? Okay, what was Diana Ross's first British number 1 hit? And the last one of this round, who did Martha Reeves want to hurry back? Who did Martha Reeves want to hurry back? Okay, get them answers down. I'm going to go over some of them. I'm going to give you the answers here. Okay, number 1. Who was number 1 on Christmas in 1984? This is the UK. And also number 2. It was George Michael. He was number 1 with Band Aid in the Band Aid group, and he was also number 2 with Last Christmas. Who had a 70s number 1 hit with Oh Boy? Mud. Which Gary Glitter song was in part 1 and part 2? Rock and Roll. Rock and Roll part 1 and then Rock and Roll part 2. I think the only difference was a few words in the second. Part 2 there was a few words on. Number 1 there was no words on. Number 4, in which song did the singer talk to each band member before saying, "Alright fellas, let's go"? It was The Sweet and Ballroom Blitz. And the Four Tops had only one British number 1 hit. What was it? Reach Out, I'll Be There. Okay, Reach Out, I'll Be There. And who, according to Jimmy Ruffin, had love that has now departed? It was The Broken Hearted. What was Diana Ross's first British number 1 hit? I'm Still Waiting. And who did Martha Reeves want to hurry back? Jimmy Mack. Okay, all them scores down. And we're going to move on to round 3. It's the time, 8 minutes and 45. Number round 3. How did Princess Grace of Monaco die? How did Princess Grace of Monaco die? Here's a wee tough one. Billy Gray might get this one. Josie might get it. Which fictional county do the Archers live? In which fictional county do the Archers live? It's funny when you're watching 15 to 1 or something, which radio drama series, so it's always the Archers. The answer is always the Archers. Right, number 3. In advertising, which bank claimed to be the listening bank? In advertising, which bank claimed to be the listening bank? Number 4. Which ologists study bumps in the head? Which ologists study bumps in the head? Now this is going back a bit. In a hit song of 1914, what were people told to keep burning? In a hit song of 1914, what were people told to keep burning? Number 6. In which French city did Germany surrender in World War II? In which French city did Germany surrender in World War II? And number 7, a wee opera one. Which Gilbert and Sullivan opera is set in the Tower of London? Okay, and which Gilbert and Sullivan opera is set in the Tower of London? Number 8, which actress did the golfer Sam Torrance marry? Okay, and which actress did the golfer Sam Torrance marry? Okay, it's round 3. If you want to go over some of them, I'm going to give you the answers that win. Number 1, how did Princess Grace of Monaco die? She died in a car crash. In which fictional county do the Archers live? Borsetshire. Borset. B-O-R-S-E-T. Borsetshire. In advertising, which bank claimed to be the listening bank? The Midland. Number 4, which ologists study bumps in the head? Phrenologists. P-H-R-E-N. P-H-R-E-N. Phrenologists. They hold your head and study for the bumps. Phrenologists. In which French city did Germany surrender in World War II? Reims. And which Gilbert and Sullivan opera is set in the Tower of London? The Yeoman of the Guard. And number 8, which actress did the golfer Sam Torrance marry? Suzanne Danielle. Okay, Suzanne Danielle. Write them scores down. We're going to move on to round 4. 10, 12. Okay. Norby general knowledge one. I'm going for about 6 here out of 4 years. At least 6. Which young actress said, "I stopped believing in Santa Claus when I was 6. Muller took me to see him in a department store and he asked for my autograph." Okay. Which young actress said, "I stopped believing in Santa Claus when I was 6. Muller took me to see him in a department store and he asked for my autograph." So who was that? Okay, number 2. What's the name of the murder victim in the board game Cluedo? What's the name of the murder victim in the board game Cluedo? Three. Where would you find your olfactory organs? Where would you find your olfactory organs? O-L-F-A-C-T-O-R-Y. Olfactory organs. Number 4. Which actor took his stage name from a member of the Pet Shop Boys? Which actor took his stage name from a member of the Pet Shop Boys? Number 5. What sign are you? What star sign are you if you are born on Christmas Day? Okay, so what star sign are you if you're born on Christmas Day? Number 6. Who was Henry VIII married to when he died? Who was Henry VIII married to when he died? Number 7. This could be a tough one for some of you. Billy might get this. Which supermodel appeared in the film Love Actually? Which supermodel appeared in the film Love Actually? Number 8. Which author co-wrote the screenplay for Stanley Kubrick's 2001 A Space Odyssey? Okay, so which author co-wrote the screenplay for Stanley Kubrick's 2001 A Space Odyssey? Okay, get them answers down. It's a time 15.5 minutes. Right, here's the answers to round 4. Which young actress said, "I stopped believing in Santa Claus when I was 6. Mother took me to see him at a department store and he asked for my autograph"? Macaulay, Shirley Temple. It was Shirley Temple. Number 2. What's the name of the murder victim in the board game Cluedo? Dr. Black. He owns the house. Where would you find your olfactory organs? In the church? No, it isn't. Where would you find your olfactory organs? They're in your nose. You'd find them in your nose. Which actor took a stage name from a member of the Pet Shop Boys? David Tennant. And which star sign are you if you're born on Christmas Day? Capricorn. And who was Henry VIII married to when he died? Catherine Parr. And which supermodel appeared in the film Love Actually? Okay, it was Claudia Schiffer. Okay, that was Claudia Schiffer. And which author co-wrote the screenplay for Stanley Kubrick's 2001 A Space Odyssey? It was Arthur C. Clarke. Okay, get them scores down, and we're going to move on to the final round, which is just a wee general one. Okay, here we go, 17 minutes. What type of creature would you find in an apiary? Right, the lights on. The sun's just went behind a cloud or something. I've turned the TV on, get a bit of light. Okay, what type of creature would you find in an apiary? It's been all dark here. It's a bit better. Number 2, who sang the theme tune for the series Friends? I give the answers out to the other one. Think of an answer right. In a hit song of 1914, what were people told to keep burning? The Home Fires. Don't know where I missed that. I don't remember reading that out. It was the Home Fires anyway, in case I missed that. I'm not sure. I don't remember reading that. Okay, number 2. Who sang the theme tune for the series Friends? Number 3. What is a ceremonial Jewish form of a beanie? Look, a wee monkey had a beanie. What's a Jewish ceremonial form of a beanie? What do you call it? Number 4. How many thieves does Ali Baba overcome in a story from 1001 Nights? Okay. How many thieves does Ali Baba overcome in a story from 1001 Nights? Okay. Number 5. According to a IGN survey, what is the best-selling video game in the world? What are the games you play on the thing? Since the invention of all them wee games, what's the best-selling video game in the world of all time? Okay, number 6. What was Father Ted's surname in the series Father Ted? What was his surname? Here's a wee tough one. You came across this the other week. Didn't know this. What was the profession of John Jack Russell, after whom the Jack Russell Terriers are named? Okay, so they named the Jack Russell dog after this guy, and he was called John Jack Russell. But what was his profession? Number 8. What is believed to be the world's most climbed mountain? Okay, what is believed to be the world's most climbed mountain? Okay, that's your last one for quiz 43. So stick them answers down, and if you want to go over some of them, I'm going to give you the answers, like your scores, and don't forget to let me know how you've done. John and Dawn can give them to Stevie and Rita, and Bill texts me theirs, and Billy emails me his. So all them ones that anybody that's doing it, don't forget to let me know your score so I can tell everybody how you've done, who's doing well. It's getting close to the top, very close this week. There was a couple of people very impressive this week. Okay, what type of creature would you find in an apiary? Bees. Who sang the theme tune from the series Friends? It was the Rembrandts. What's a ceremonial Jewish form of a beanie? A yarmulke. How many thieves does Ali Baba overcome in 1001 Nights? 40. According to an IGN survey, what is the best-selling video game of all time? It's Tetris. And what was Father Ted's surname in the TV series? It was Ted Crilly. And what was the profession of John Jack Russell after the Jack Russell Terriers are named? He was a vicar. And what is believed to be the world's most climbed mountain, with around 300,000 people climbing it a year? It's Mount Fuji in Japan. Okay, I'll do them scores up and let me know how you've done. Have a good weekend, and I'll see you for next week's quiz. Don't forget to let me know now.